Hello everyone and welcome to another Sprinterra video. Today we're going to be finishing up our reporting series by taking a look at unit sets. So we've talked about the core components of financial statements in Acumatica, which are the report definitions, the row sets, and the column sets. We're going to wrap it up by looking at the unit sets, which can be the final piece to the puzzle. So just to give you an idea of what this looks like in the system, we're going to run our balance sheet for 2025. So this is just a standard balance sheet. As you've seen, these are our columns here, and going across, these are our rows with different pieces of GL data. Now, the unit sets are not required, but they can be useful in giving you additional visibility and being able to break down and group your data in different ways without having to create a separate report or without having to create many different columns to account for your different groupings. So unit sets allows you to be a little more flexible and change some of the data on the fly. So you'll notice up here we have this groups drop down. This is going to be selectable when you have a unit set active on your report. So if I click this, it's going to give me a breakdown here of the different branches and companies within my overall organizational structure. So unit sets can be used different ways. You could use them to break out sub accounts. You could use them to break out companies and branches like we have here. You have different options. In this case, I've chosen not to break out the different companies. So at the high level, the consolidated report level, it's going to have all data across all companies as this report is currently constructed. But as you go through the different companies, like if I select my product company, you're going to see different values over here. It updates based off of the company that I've selected. And if I go through each of the different branches here, again, it's going to update the data based off of the branch that I've selected. So we can see as a quick kind of spot check, total assets 157 for wholesale, total assets of 4 here for retail. With that and some change added together, we end up with 161,987 over here for the overall company. And then down here we have our services company, less activity here, but nonetheless similar concept where based off of what you're selecting, that's the data that's actually going to show. Now, let's take a quick look at how this is actually configured in the system. The first place to make a note of is going to be in our report definition. So I'm going to click Edit Report. And in our report definitions, you can see here is our unit set. So we've selected our branches, our company and branches unit set here. It goes right under our row set, column set. Again, not required, but it is something that can be very valuable. So I'm going to jump over to my unit set screen, and you can see kind of how this is structured. So for each level that I select here, kind of the way that I look at it is you're controlling the layer beneath it. So right now, when I've selected root, I'm controlling the level underneath it, which is all in consolidated report. So if I run my financial one more time, this consolidated report layer is controlled by this level here. So over to the right, this is where I'm saying what data source, and I'm simply saying from branch capital all the way through branch services west. So essentially I'm saying show data for all branches at this level. So when I run it at the consolidated report level, I'm showing data for all of my companies, all of my branches. Now, once I select on the next level down, I'm now defining for each of the next branches on my tree, each of my next groupings, what do I want to see? So for this capital company, I've got a data source going from capital branch to capital branch. So I'm showing one branch. For my products company, I'm going from product retail to product wholesale. So I'm showing both of those branches. And then for my services company, I'm going from services east to services west. So this is why on my report, when I select product, it's showing data for both retail and wholesale. When I select services, it's showing both services branches, east and west. The final piece, so once I go down to the product level, now I'm saying on each of these next branches, what do I want to see? So now I'm specifically saying for the retail branch of this tree, I only want to see product retail. And then for the wholesale branch of this tree, I only want to see wholesale. Same story down here for services. For my services branches, I'm only opting to see just that one branch. And that's why as I go down the tree here from top level, which shows everything, just the company, which contains these two branches, and then down to the bottom level, which is each of the branches, that's how you're breaking that data down. So that's unit sets in Acumatica. If you have any questions about this functionality, how to use it, how to take advantage of it, or how to set it up, please let us know and we will always be happy to help. Have a great day.